Command and Conquer. Red Alert.
Still hoping for a Red Alert 2 remake myself. Baldur's Gate series on the PC is so damn good. I've been playing them for 20 plus years and still discover new things every time I reboot it. Thoughts on BG3?
Star Wars. Knights of the Old Republic. I have been playing the game for 16 years and still love every minute of it.
Mucha Shaka Paka.
Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's one of those few games that I can be playing and get so immersed into it, I can play it half the day and not even realize it.
They ported it to mobile and it's fantastic. None of the money-grabbing bullshit that all other mobile games have. Edit. The app is Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic by Atari, at least in the Google Play Store. Chrono Trigger. It was a life-changer.
Chrono Trigger was not released in Europe at all in its original SNES version. Worst crime against humanity ever.
Subnautica. Your first playthrough in this game is unforgettable. Oh, and the OST is magnificent.
I made it through the whole game without ever looking up a guide or wiki, and I'm so glad that I did. Sometimes all you could do was continue exploring deeper and deeper into the black depths and hope that something was there, and every single time it rewarded you. Well, actually sometimes you would be decimated by a horrifying deep-sea monster, but most of the time it was rewarding lol.
It seems stupid but, Mario Kart Wii. There's a lot of things I hate about it, but everything I love about it basically washes the bad stuff out like it was never there.
Not stupid at all. That game is pure unadulterated fun.
Kerbal Space Program. Addictive. Once you climb over the wall. Well, more like, once you sail over the wall spinning uncontrollably, shedding parts and boosters. You get the idea. Came to say this. Never been a FPS or hand-eye coordination core games. The planning, failure and rescue mission loop kept me playing for hours. Your first moon landing was the best video game experience ever. A little worried about KSP2 however.
If I'm being honest, the most genuine fun I've had playing a game was Guitar Hero. Me and my brothers would play for hours. In a similar vein, Rock Band. I still play from time to time, and despite new controllers being unavailable, they're still releasing weekly DLC, and if you've got old instruments, you can play on the PS4 or XB1. Nothing quite like getting a whole band together to belt out some tunes on a Friday night.
Portal 2.
Well, here we are again. It's always such a pleasure.
Stardew Valley. Most relaxing game in my opinion that still never fails to suck me in every single time I turn it on. Being made, mostly, by one person and seeing how that game turned out, you can tell this game means a lot to him. The time and effort put towards not only the original release, but also the added content that followed were just absolutely amazing in every way. Excited for his next game.
I have heard about Stardew Valley for years and just got around to purchasing it 2 weeks ago. I'm completely addicted. The first week I put in more hours to SV than my actual job. Grimace, it is such an incredible game and you can tell so much love went into it. BioShock. Something about that world just holds a weird place in my heart, partly nostalgia for one of the last times I still held that childhood awe and wonder for games, but also because it just holds up really well. The music, the atmosphere, the story, the gameplay. I've spent more hours in Rapture and Columbia than I thought possible for games that take around 8 to 12 hours to beat. I think a defining factor for me when it comes to enjoying a game is if I just love being in the world, just walking around soaking in the atmosphere. The MGS games are also like that for me. Smiley face.
Welcome to the circus of VALUEE.
Super Mario Bros. 3. Absolutely perfect game if you ask me.
SMB3 and Super Mario World for sure. I am partial to the latter one because our family never owned an NES, only an SNES. But, SM3 was groundbreaking, and as an adult I went back and bought an NES so I could play it.
Mass Effect 2. The story, the characters, the writing, the gameplay improvements. All of it. Also Garrus. Very much Garrus.
I've played Mass Effect so many times over the years and it never gets old. There's no Shepard without Vicarion.
Half-Life 2.
The pacing in HL2 is so good. So many times I've booted it up with the intention of just playing the first bit, and next thing I know I've played through the entire game.
RuneScape. Growing up, my life wasn't very good, but when I logged into RuneScape, all the bad things going on just didn't exist.
Same, somehow the monotonous grind helped me quiet my mind.
Shadow of the Colossus.
I loved this game when I was younger. I wish I could go back and experience that game for the first time all over again. The battles and open world was amazing on the PlayStation 2.
Outer Wilds. Not Outer Worlds. Wilds.
I played Outer Wilds after Subnautica left me itching for more great exploration, and damn did it deliver. Loved the DLC too. I really can't wait to see what they come up with next.
Sly 2. Band of Thieves. When I first bought it, I wasn't sure how they could improve upon the first one, but I was blown away. It's everything a fun kids game should be, with few details skipped.
Sly 2 and 3 do the heist concept so well, while maintaining the goofy fun that made it special. I'll never forget having to play Bentley alone after the gang gets captured.
Factorio. Build grow just amazing.
The factory must grow.
GTA San Andreas. Nothing was better than hopping off the bus after school to play.
I was in college when that came out. Our friends had a 6-person house that was normally the party house, but for 2 straight weeks one room turned into the GTA room and throngs of dudes would take turns playing. Once someone found the multiplayer enabler somewhere in the rural area, I think? It's been 20 years, it turned into people running up and down the Luxor dodging grenades. It was like the old multiplayer days after school, but with much more drinking and smoking. The Elder Scrolls 4. Oblivion. For all its flaws, for all its annoyance, it was a game I played before open world was normal, and in that time and place, it was an incredible experience.
Its predecessor Morrowind for me for the same reason. Left 4 Dead 2.
It was the best zombie game of all time. Nothing will ever come close. If you look at it by a design perspective, it was a 10 out of 10 perfectly designed game for what it was trying to do. Honestly, there are zero flaws with it. They took an already great zombie game in Left 4 Dead and didn't miss on a single improvement in 2. Honestly, it was perfection.
Bloodborne.
The first Souls game I ever played and was humbled very quickly. Finally got the platinum after 80 hours and a lot of anger.
Silent Hill 2. Depression. The video game. James. You made me happy.